Hey Fit Kids, it's Miss Alicia here. I am super duper excited to be here with you today. Today we're going to make pizza. That's right, but we're going to put a healthier spin on our pizza. We're going to use a low-fat protein, turkey meatballs left over from the night before. That's right, Fit Kids. We're going to stretch our dollar. We're going to take leftover meatballs that I made last night when I made spaghetti and meatballs, and we're going to slice them up and we're going to put them on pizza. Pizza can be healthy. You can put fruits and vegetables on pizza and low-fat protein on pizza to make it healthier. Then we're going to make some turkey meatball sliders. So you can take leftover food and stretch that dollar and create turkey meatball sliders. Slice up the turkey meatballs and put them on pizza. Fit Kids, are you ready to get cooking? So I have some meatballs here that I made last night for dinner. These are turkey meatballs, but you can certainly use ground beef. If you use ground beef for your meatballs, make sure the ground beef you select is lean. You can also use chicken if you don't have turkey or ground beef. Ground up chicken you can use to make meatballs. So again, I made these last night. So we're going to take these meatballs, we're going to cut them up. And again, parents, kids, you do this together. It's teamwork. We're going to cut up the meatballs and we're going to put them on a pizza. So I'm going to take my meatballs. I'm just going to scoop them out here. You can see I made them last night. I'm going to put them on my little cutting board right here. And I am going to slice up the meatball. Now, I like thin slices of meatballs on my pizza. I don't like them to be really thick, but it's really your preference. So I'm going to cut them up into some slices here. Not too many meatballs, though, just a few. And you can even cut them into squares. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here in a second. I'm going to lift up these meatballs so that you can see. So what I did with my meatballs here is I actually took them and I cut them into like little squares. So if you can see that right there. Okay. Since I made spaghetti and meatballs last night, I have some leftover pasta sauce that's in my meatballs here. So I'm going to actually use this for my pizza sauce. You don't have to if you prefer to just have regular pizza sauce like I have right here. This is pizza sauce that you can purchase at the local grocery store. You can use that for your pizza, or you can use the sauce that's on your meatballs, your leftover meatballs. So I'm taking this right here, the sauce, and I am putting it on my pizza crust. So let's talk a little bit about the pizza crust. You can go to your local pizzeria and you can ask them if they will sell you the dough of the pizza, the dough to make the crust of the pizza. Or you can go to your grocery store and you can buy the pizza crust dough already made. Now, there's different types of pizza crust dough. This one I did not get from the local pizzeria. This one I purchased at Trader Joe's. And this is just organic pizza crust. Now, they sell cauliflower pizza crust. They sell whole wheat pizza crust. Of course, if you ever have a chance and there's an option, you want to pick whole wheat or whole grain pizza crust. So lots of options there. So I took my marinara sauce from my leftover meatballs last night and I used it as my pizza sauce. So I'm going to take my meatballs here, all right, and I'm going to use my spoon here. And I like to put the topping of the day, whatever that is in today's meatball, on my pizza before I put my cheese. So I'm topping the meatballs right now on my pizza. And remember, when you make pizza, the wonderful thing about pizza is it's whatever you like. Whether you want to put vegetables on your pizza, or you want to put meat, or if you just want to have plain cheese. But this is a nice way to get some protein in your diet when you add some meatballs to your pizza. Okay, and speaking of protein, let's talk about some other groups of my plate that you're eating when you make pizza. So protein is our meatballs here, and there's one more piece left here. Let's see if I can get it up. Okay, if not, we won't worry about it. So protein from our meatballs. The pizza crust here is made from flour, or if you get your whole grain pizza crust, that will definitely complete the grain section of my plate. And then if you choose to put some vegetables on it, of course, you would be checking that vegetable box on my plate. And you can also have fun with your pizza. You can even put some fruit on your pizza. You can put pineapple on your pizza. Grape pineapple tastes really nice on a pizza. So that way you're meeting all your requirements of my food plate. All right, so I have some mozzarella cheese here. This is low-fat mozzarella cheese. When you go to your stores and you pick out your mozzarella cheese, you want to go for the low-fat. And when we talk about mozzarella cheese, what section of my food are we talking about? My plate are we talking about? That's right, the dairy section of my plate. So my pizza's all set here. Very simple. I have an organic crust, any crust that you like, whole grain, organic, regular crust that you got from the pizza place, power flour pizza crust, gluten-free pizza crust. I used the marinara sauce from the meatballs that I made last night, or you can use pizza sauce, or you can even make your own homemade sauce. The meatballs are a form of protein, which were left over from last night that I simply sliced up and I put them on the pizza. And then we topped our pizza off with low-fat mozzarella cheese from the dairy section of my plate. So I simply take my pizza, I pop it in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes on about 400 degrees, and voila, you will have a nice, you can have it for dinner or you can have it for lunch, leftover meatballs on some pizza. Thanks, Fit Kids. Stick around. We're going to make some meatball sliders. Hi, Fit Kids. While we wait for our pizza, meatball pizza to cook, we are going to make some turkey meatball sliders. So I have today some bread. These are whole wheat hamburger buns that I purchased at the store. They're cut in half. I already pre-sliced the hamburger buns here. You can see them right here for our sandwiches for us. So these are whole wheat hamburger buns that we're going to use. And of course, our whole wheat or whole grain is in the grain section of my plate. We're going to use our turkey meatballs, which is protein, a source of protein. And again, remember, you can use turkey, you can use ground beef, you can use ground chicken for your meatballs. And then we have some mozzarella cheese we're going to add to it, some Parmesan cheese if you like, and then maybe a little Italian seasoning for a little bit more flavor, but it's up to you. So I took the same meatballs that were in this Pyrex that I used last night for dinner. I sliced them in halves, okay? And I put them on the bottom half of my hamburger buns, which you'll see right here. So I cut the meatballs in half. I put them on the bottom half of my hamburger buns that we're going to place this into the oven. So I'm going to top my meatball sliders right now with some different toppings. So you can put whatever you like. If you like a little spice, if you want to put a little jalapeno, if you like peppers, if you like onions, whatever you like. There's no wrong. So we have our grains from my plate with the bun. We have our protein with the turkey. Let's add some dairy. So again, I have some fresh mozzarella cheese, low fat mozzarella cheese that I'm going to sprinkle onto my meatballs here. All right. And if you have any leftover marinara sauce, you want to add a little bit more flavor, you can certainly add a little bit more marinara sauce to your meatballs, which I just did there. Or if you like to use Parmesan cheese. So I have some low-fat Parmesan cheese here that you can certainly sprinkle on top of your meatball sliders here. Now, another thing is you can pre-cook, they're already cooked, your meatballs, but you can preheat them. So let's say you took your meatballs out of the refrigerator last night, they're a little cold, maybe you want to put them in the microwave, put them in the frying pan, warm up your meatballs so that way when you push your meatball sliders into the oven, you're really just warming up the bread because they're already pre-cooked. So I'm going to take my whole wheat hamburger buns here, and I'm just going to place them directly on top of the sliders, as you see here. Okay, I like to mush it down just a little bit here. Oh, I didn't use Italian seasoning, but if you like, you can put a little bit of Italian seasoning on there. I'm going to open it up, sprinkle a little bit of Italian seasoning just for a little bit more flavor. But remember, it's your choice, it's your sandwich, you can do whatever you like. I'm going to show you that right there. So these are our meatball sliders that we're going to push into the oven, and we're going to check on our pizza. Fit Kids, we are back. We are waiting for our meatball sliders to finish. They are in the oven, but our meatball pizza did come out, and I'm going to show you that right there. It smells so yummy. So we have our meatball pizza. We're going to cut that up for you, and then we're going to grab our meatball sliders out of the oven. So let's grab the meatball sliders. Grab them for you right here out of my oven. Okay. So here's your meatball sliders. They look yummy, yummy. The bread is nice and crispy. And I'll just take off the top there, and you see how the mozzarella cheese started to melt right there. So I'm going to put this here for you. Let's go ahead and cut up our pizza. I have my pizza cutter here. Remember, again, you always want to ask your parents to assist you with everything you do. We do not cook alone. So I'm going to cut this pizza up. My kids are going to be very happy today. And ta-da! And we're going to put this on a plate here for you. So look at that. A nice slice of meatball pizza there. And then we have a meatball slider. Now this seems like a lot for lunch. So maybe you only want to eat the pizza now. Maybe you want to have the slider for dinner. And let's talk a little bit about what we can have with this. So I'm thinking with my meatball pizza, I'd like to have a garden salad. So I would like to have a fresh garden salad with some tomatoes, some lettuce, maybe some cucumbers, some fresh peppers to go along with my pizza or go along with my meatball slider here. So you can certainly have that, or you can have any other types of vegetables to go along with your slider or go along with your pizza. So there it is, FAN4Kids. We took leftover meatballs from last night, which I had spaghetti and meatballs. We took the meatballs and we made meatball pizza. Meatballs was our topping for our pizza, using turkey meatballs, using chicken meatballs, using a lean type of protein for your meatballs. And then we made some meatball sliders using whole grain bread. Took the whole grain bread, sliced up the meatballs, put some mozzarella cheese, some Parmesan cheese, a little Italian seasoning on them, pushed them into the oven, and we have some meatball sliders here. So I hope you enjoyed today's recipe for leftover meatballs. Thanks, FAN4Kids.